Morning. Morning.
I know it's 12:22 Central Time. It's Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, but I got a good excuse. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com, Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com, and ProChargeEV, ProChargeEV.com. I got a good excuse. I was recording the Brock podcast series again. If you were here yesterday, I informed you Brock is doing a podcast series with all of their doctors, and so we have big chunks and blocks of time earmarked to record this podcast series, and I am hosting the podcast series. And so this was when I shook free. Just interviewed Dr. Craig Green and finished that, came up to the office, and here we are. So yes, I get it, but when this has happened in the past, there have been a couple other times. I note that it is still morning in the Mountain and Pacific time zones. So good morning to the morning and Pacific time zones. Morning Scone. All right, y'all. So got there in the description. Keith Law has updated his mock draft over at the Athletic. I think Keith Law does a good job. And he actually has a flip. He's flipped. He's got Paul Skeens going number one now. In his most recent mock, he had Cruz 1, Skeens 2. Now after Omaha, he says Skeens 1 to Pittsburgh. He writes, Skeens pitched too much in Omaha. Although I think LSU winning a laugh run Monday night helped him significantly as he avoided the extra inflammation in his arm that would have come from pitching on short rest. There's a rumor running around Dylan Cruz doesn't want to go to the Pirates for some reason, but I don't think that's going to alter the Pirates' thinking. They're going to strike the best overall deal, considering the player and the bonus. And since they have an extra pick at 67, they can try to replicate the 2021 draft success. So, something we've talked about a little bit here is, remember, the way that the draft slot works is you have a slot value, and a team has a draft pool. So, for example, here it is. Pittsburgh has a draft pool bonus of $16.185 million. So, $16.185 million. And that is to be used on all of their. So that's the total amount that they have to spend on their first 10 round draft picks. So they have to divide up $16.185 million among their top 10 picks. For which, slot value for the first pick is $9.721 million. So Pittsburgh, which is notoriously cheap, could say, hey, Dylan, we're going to take you number one, but would you take 8.4? I'm just throwing out a number, don't know. And if he says kick rocks, they'll go, okay, Paul, would you take 8.4 to be the first pick? One other thing I've heard is they could go to Wyatt Langford, who would want to be the first pick, and say, would you take less to be the first pick, and we'll make you the first pick, which they could do. Now, the 67th pick, as Keith Law noted there, has a slot value of $1.128 million. So, in theory, they could give less money to the first pick, which means they could offer more money to the 67th pick and potentially get a better prospect there that they could entice to sign, who otherwise might not sign. So that's the game you play, and that's a little bit of a bummer if it goes that way. The other thing about Keith Law's mock draft is that it does have, Ty Floyd going 28th overall. That's a $2.8 million slot value. So, God bless. If Ty Floyd has ended up pushing himself into round one, that would be sensational. And what a validation for him, who had clearly had tremendous value or arm talent as a freshman. Last year struggled because he just couldn't throw a breaking pitch. And then this year to develop the way he did is really sensational. So, very, very, very cool. All right, let's see what y'all got. Say some good mornings. Kirk Taylor, Randall Offrecht, Casey Smith, Mike the Tiger 2023 national champs. Larry Gardner. What's going on? Kirk said, show us the office. Does Gordy work there anymore? I'll happily show you my office. All right. There you go. I'll walk you through. We'll flip it around and I'll walk you through the office. Flip the camera. All right. So if we're coming off the elevator here on the 4th floor, here's the elevator. Okay. There's my office. By the way, this is another kind of cool. I don't know if y'all have ever seen this, but this is Studio 4. So this is kind of like where we have company meetings and such. So like a smart board up there, some art for all of the stations, ESPN, Tiger, Talk 107.3, Eagle 98.1, LSU Sports Radio Network. This is kind of cool as well. Maybe you don't think this is cool, I don't know. But so we mentioned this building used to be a bank. So there's like vault doors. This is a vault door, and it's like just storage now. But those are big, giant, heavy doors. So a lot of files and stuff are in here. There's a TV up there. Oh, those are the TVs for Eagle 98.1 game day when they're at Rouse's. So just a look. See, kids, these are called CDs. You used to play music on these. This is how you used to get bump music. You'd have these things called gold disc. And so like you'd have a let's see what's on here. Oh, these are just ZZ Top, Smashing Pumpkins, Black Crowes. This is Stinkfist by Tool, Hail Hail by Pearl Jam, Counting Crows, Angels of Silence. Oh, cool. Soundgarden, Blow Up the Outside World. Oh, that's pretty cool. Anyway, so CDs, lots of them. Anyway, close this door. That's mostly for storage now, anyway. All right, so show you my office. We have these all in the wall, all up here. There's Austin Nola Calici. With that, Ruben Randall against Auburn, Jarvis Landry against UAB, Jared Mitchell at the College World Series, Aaron Nola, GOAT. That is Benny Logan batting a ball. That's Bo Wegman's office. This is my old office, by the way. Old Eagle 98.1 sign that used to be outside the building. Odell, that was the kick 6 game for Odell. The Met Saya. Fournette, Heisman pose. Kevin Minter, freak show. Advocate national champs and tickets in there. Anyway. All right. Here we go. So I got a couch in here. Bought this from Mac Chiuili of Traction. Was in a game room at his house. They were moving. Needed to get rid of it. Bought it from him for like $200. Got TV over there. Got a lot of stuff here. I need to hang this. This was hung. Listener gave that to me. It's awesome. Beautiful. I got some plaques and stuff. 40 under 40, radio, sports talker stuff. I think there's some more of those actually probably back here. Yeah, see there's more of those. Just awards and stuff. Jordan Spector, Burrow Art, LSU degree. More Jordan Spector art. Shelley Brown, Tom Play, Rony the Tiger. That was my best of 225 when I wanted. Jay Ducote and his staff made that for me, gave it to him. So there's the backdrop there. This is where my phone was sitting on this thing right here, propping up. So you get handy how you can. This chair was in my in-laws' den. So anyway, there's the office. Oh, this is cool. That's the big Jordan Spector piece. Really cool panoramic shot he did. So LAB Awards, Red Rock and Blue, Calici helmet, other pictures and stuff. So there you go. There's the office. There it is. Pretty cool. Old Tiger. Shout out Dennis Denicola. Old Tiger Stadium chair that he, Tiger Stadium seat that he put on a stool. This is one of my favorite pieces here. This is the often referenced gift that Vince Young gave to, I don't know if you can read this, but this says, it's signed, Vince Young 10, says, to Kevin, thanks for the block. Vince Young, when Vince Young won Rookie of the Year, the gift he gave his offensive lineman was that poster. He blew up his Sports Illustrated, signed it, gave it to his offensive lineman, and gave them some of his rookie cards and stuff. That was the gift. Kevin Mawai, needless to say, wasn't too fond of the gift. It was in his attic, and I was like, "Oh my God, I want to see it." And then he's like, "Have it." I'm like, "Okay, great." So it's there. I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world. Not in the world, but it's something that I do like a lot. Okay. Got an email. All right. Anything. Aaron Hornsby, Baby Bobby, Travis Michelle or Michael. Without DST, it would be morning. It would be. Let's see. Casey Smith. As for Game Coin update, I was just talking, like literally, before I came up here to fire this up, was talking about Game Coin. Yeah, man. So David Mailer was out of town, got back on the 28th. So we are planning. We were supposed to meet last week. He had to go out of town, so we're meeting next week. So hopefully I'll have a really good update for y'all then. Excited to get closer and closer to launch. We all know crypto and the Bitcoin halving cycle is coming, and fall 24 is going to be our kaboom for all of crypto, like fall of 21, 4-year halving cycle. So getting platform launched and running and rolling for well before the halving is clearly the target. So excited to get y'all an update when David and I meet. We texted yesterday. We're going to meet next week. Why did you start doing Morning Scone to work? I didn't. It's just that like I'm still doing it from home, but Brock is doing a podcast series. I am hosting their podcast series, and it's basically I'm interviewing all of their doctors. So instead of like doing a doctor a day and here and there, and it was like, hey, here's a 4-hour block. Bring as many of them as you can in here. And so that's been the past couple of days. It's just been knocking out a lot of those podcasts in the morning. I guess I could have fired up at like 5:30 in the morning, but I don't think any of y'all would have been here. Shelby Kelly, Quinn Matthews to the portal. That would be awesome. Rapping Batches. Should go downstairs, show everybody the Ancient Artifacts Mini Museum. Yeah, the lobby. So Mr. Foster, George Foster, who's the president of the company, who passed a few years ago, he had a tremendous personal collection of Indian artifacts, and so like the lobby of the Guarantee Building is basically that museum now. It's like all the artifacts are in the lobby. Leon Williams, Eric Wilderotter. Randomly went back, listened to Old Musso at the box, recapping our final scrimmage. Oddly enough, Beloso was batting leadoff in front of Cruz and White. Interesting. That is interesting. Randall Offracht. Matt, if you had to take one LSU pitcher to start a game in history, who would it be? Yeah, I mean, I always would have said Aaron Nola. Skeens would certainly make me question that. Kirk needed to do another Roni music show. We're actually texting with Toby and Shelly about that. I think either yesterday or the day before. Let's see. You have the goat laying on the floor. Burrow belongs on the wall. I have so much. I don't know where to put it in here. And it's a brick wall, too. Anyway. Seth Rushing, can you get Skeens on AFR? Yeah, we had Skeens on AFR when he committed. Or when he signed way back in the day. So we can make that happen for sure. I'll reach out to him. Yeah, I saw the video of the 11-year-old asking Skeens to date his mom. LSU baseball all-time starting lineup. I'll start with some obvious ones. Eddie Furness at first base. Bregman at short. Todd Walker at second. Cruz in center. Those are the obvious ones. I would probably catch Brad Cressy. Although I understand LSU's had better defensive catchers over the years. I would catch Cressy. Boy, I don't want to be super recency bias here, but I probably would put Tommy White at third. I could make a very strong case for either Trey McClure or Blair Barbier. Trey was a guy that hit 20 bombs multiple times. But White did it with the BB Core bat. I love Blair, love his versatility. Wally would also be in the conversation at third base. I'd probably go Tommy White at third. I could find a better defensive third baseman, but ability to hit for power and averaged all fields, give me that guy. My question to you is, could I put any outfielder in those spots, or does it have to be someone that played that spot during their career? I would probably go Lyle Mouton in right field. And I know people are going to say, what about Joey Bell? Shorter career at LSU. Obviously a great pro career, but a shorter LSU career. And no, I would not put Warren Morris at second. I would have Todd Walker at second base. Come on. Respect to Warren Morris, I get it. But if you're trying to tell me that, Todd Walker is the greatest pure hitter ever to come through this program. And Todd Walker is the second. His number's retired. Todd Walker is your second baseman. I go Lyle Mouton in right. I think left field, and I go Rich Cordani. I think Chad Cooley. I think about Jeremy Whitten out there. See, I would probably say, since I have so much offense in the lineup, just give me Andrew Stevenson, who would catch everything inside. That's like having two outfielders, and playing him in left is kind of a joke, but he didn't play left field at LSU, which is the tough part. Anyway. Joey Mackey said, morning, Matt. Last time I got off work, couldn't find AFR on YouTube. I think Alondra is playing licensed music for our rejoins, which we have licensed to play. Yeah, see, it's not up. God dog it. I see we have license to play for radio, but sometimes YouTube will flag those videos and then take them down. Like that happened to AFR the day after they won the championship. It's happened quite a bit this week, so we have to go then mute the music. And but thank you for noticing that. I'll tell Taylor we need to get that back up. Okay. All right, y'all. I think we're done. Someone has DH. I don't know who would put at DH. I have to think about it more. Let's see, Gregor Gordy, any players on the team at the transfer portal? Do you think Wes will take any of our players? You could have guys that aren't going to play, that could jump in the portal and could end up there. Not players that you'd be worried about. And Josh Stevenson is in the portal. That's the one already. Yeah, Kirk, Blake Dean at DH, that plays. I could totally get down with that. Yeah, that's the answer. Yeah, Blake Dean. He DH'd, he played first. He came to LSU as a pitcher. Played first, DH, played right. Blake Dean at DH. I'm good with it. I'll allow it. Okay, I gotta go. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. Morning, Scone.